All right, we proceed with how to run independent samples t-test using JASP. All right, so we open our independent t-test.csv file, which is found in our Canvas module. Okay, and when you open your JASP and open independent t-test.csv file, that will contain this particular data. We're in the first column would represent the gender, wherein we have two categories, male and female. And then the second column would represent weight loss, okay, in terms of kilograms. Now, what we want to find out is if there is a significant difference in the weight loss between male and female, right? Now, so with this, we proceed to click on t-tests, okay? And under classical, we are going to choose independent samples t-test, right? Now, when you click that, we will be represented with this two tables. So what we see on the left, okay? And we see here the different commands, okay? That we wish to be reflected in this side of our screen, okay? Wherein the JASP outputs will be found. Now, with this, since we only have two columns or two variables in our data set, okay? Our independent variable is referring to our grouping variable, since there are two categories under gender, that is male and female. So we wish to transfer gender here in our grouping variable. So we click on this arrow to transfer it here. Okay. And then weight loss is our dependent variable, which will be transferred in this part of our dialog box. Okay. So we click on this arrow here. All right. Now, if you notice, okay, by default, student t-test is already checked. Okay. And alternative hypothesis, group one is not equal to group two, indicating that our alternative hypothesis, we indicated that there is a significant difference in weight loss between male and female. Okay, so we will retain that. All right. And missing values, this is by default chosen already, exclude cases per dependent variable. So what we see here is the result of our student t-test, okay, with its corresponding degrees of freedom and the p-value. All right, but we're not yet done because we will need to check certain assumptions if we have met the assumptions for the use of independent samples t-test. Okay, and we will need other parameters also so that it will support our conclusion later on. Okay, now in the case that there are certain assumptions that are not met, okay, so we will opt to use what we refer to as Welsh t-test. Okay, we will use the Welsh t-test if the Levene's equality of variances assumption is violated. Okay, so we don't know yet if we have met the assumption for homogeneity of variances. So we will generate the Welsh t-test. Right? Now, the alternative hypothesis has been checked already, okay, indicating a two-tailed test, okay, wherein we are hypothesizing as our alternative hypothesis that there is a significant difference in the weight loss between males and females. Okay. Now, the next part that we need to check would be our normality and the equality of variances. All right. So in this case here, we will check normality. And what you will see on this part of our table, okay, so let me make some adjustments here. Okay, what you will see is that the test for normality would show that the distribution of weight loss, okay, will have, or the shape of the distribution of the weight loss in this case here would follow a bell-shaped curve, or it is approximately normally distributed because our p-value is 0.829, indicating that our p-value is greater than 0.05, which means to say that we have met the assumption for normality. Okay, so the test for normality is not violated. Okay, therefore, we can opt to proceed to use some independent samples t-test. Okay, now here, all right, we also generate our result for the assumption for equality of variances. Okay, so we click on equality of variances. However, there are two options. Now we have the Brown-Forsyth and Levine's test for equality of variances. So we will be using Levine's test for equality of variances. You know, when you click on this one, okay, what you will see, the table for the test of equality of variances, or Levine's test for equality of variances, is generated. You know, we see that our p-value is 0.135, okay, indicating that this is greater than 0.05, which means to say that our Levine's test for equality of variances is not violated. So we have met the assumption for homogeneity of variances, which means to say we will proceed to take the values in the first row wherein we will be using the student t-test. Okay? The Welsh t-test will be used the moment the test of equality of variances using Levine's is violated, meaning the p-value is less than 0.05. So if this is less than 0.05, we will use Welsh t-test instead of the student t-test. Okay, so I hope that's clear, right? Now, we proceed to generate additional statistics. We will need additional statistics here, the location parameter. We will include confidence interval. So when you click on that, take notice that the confidence interval is generated both for the student t-test and Welsh t-test. Okay? Now, we will also need our effect size as indicated by Cohen's d. All right, so the Cohen's d is generated as what as what you see here. Okay, then we will also need our descriptives. Okay, because we will need to know, since independent samples t-test is a comparison of means test. So that means to say we need to know the means and the standard deviations of weight loss between male and the female categories. Okay, so if we scroll down, we generate here the descriptive statistics. Okay, so we see here the mean and then also the standard deviation. Okay, now we may also generate descriptive plots. Okay, in the descriptive plots, if you're going to scroll down, okay, you will see here the graphical presentation of the descriptive statistics of our data. So I hope you can see that here. All right. Now, in this case, the mean weight loss of the female group is 6.92 or 929 kilograms. And looking at our diagram or our graphical presentation here, under the female category, the mean is 6.929, which is somewhere here. Okay? And comparing it with the male group, the mean weight loss is 3.72 kilograms. So this point here, or this value, is representing the male category whose mean weight loss would be 3.72 kilograms. So looking at this, okay, we see that the female group has higher weight loss as compared to the male group. But we will find out in our analysis later on if this difference is indeed significant or not. Okay? Now, so basically, these are the things that we need to generate using our JASP software so that we may be able to proceed with our analysis. Okay, so I end my presentation here.